today's message. Take care.
Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an author, an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today radio show. You can see a video version of this on YouTube channel, Take Your Life Back Today show. I had a question sent in. What is Spy Wednesday? Holy Wednesday during this Holy Week. Yesterday we did Tuesday. Well, the answer is in Christianity, Holy Wednesday or Spy Wednesday prior to Easter Sunday. It is the fourth of the Holy Week, fourth day of the Holy Week after Palm Sunday, Holy Monday, and Holy Tuesday. Depending on the denomination, this particular day may or may not be celebrated at all. Those that do observe Holy Wednesday, such as Eastern Orthodox churches, typically mark it with the readings of particular scriptures and the singing of relevant hymns. According to traditional interpretation of the Bible, Holy Wednesday is the day on which Jesus was anointed with spikenard during a meal, in Matthew 26, 6 through 13. The day is sometimes called Spy Wednesday since it's traditionally thought of as the day Judas conspired with local authorities to betray Jesus in Matthew 26, 14 through 16. The following day is sometimes referred to as Monday, Thursday, the fifth day of the Holy Week. The Bible does not mention Holy Wednesday or Spy Wednesday, and it should be noted that events within the Gospels are not necessarily arranged in a chronological following the fashion of the similar work written during the same time period. Also, the chronology of each Gospel was affected by culture's rules as Roman and Jewish days started at different times. For these reasons, it's unwise to be dogmatic about precisely which events happened on which days leading up to Jesus' arrest and ultimately the crucifixion. Chronology of the words and actions of Jesus in the final week of the pre-resurrection life. Jesus continues his daily life teaching in the temple, Luke 21, 37 through 38. And every day he was teaching in the temple, but at night he went out and lodged on the Mount Olive, called Olive. And early in the morning, all people came to him in the temple to hear him. With Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread approaching, the chief priests, elders, and scribes plot to kill Jesus in Matthew 26, 3, 5. Then the chief priest and the elders of the people gathered in the palace of the high priest, whose name was Caiaphas, and plotted together in order to arrest Jesus by stealth and kill him. But they said this, not during the feast, lest there be an uproar among the people. Not during the feast, lest there be an uproar among the people. Mark 14, 1, 2. It was now 2 days before the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the chief priest and the scribes were seeking how to arrest him by stealth and kill him. For they said the following, not during the feast, lest there be an uproar from the people. And I repeated that twice because it's important that we heard that twice. Luke 22, 1, 2, now the feast of the bread drew near, which is called the Passover, and the chief priests and the scribes were seeking how to put him to death, for they feared the people. Satan enters Judas, who seeks out the Jewish authorities in order to betray Jesus for a price, in Matthew 26, 14, 16. Then one of the 12, whose name was Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priest and said this, what will you give me if I deliver him over to you? And they paid him 30 pieces of silver. And from that moment, he sought an opportunity to betray Jesus Christ in Mark 14, 10, 11. Then Judas Iscariot, who was one of the 12, went to the chief priests in order to betray him. And when they heard it, they were glad and promised to give him those 30 pieces of silver, and he sought an opportunity to betray him. That's in Luke 22, 3, 6. You see the comparison? Then Satan entered into Judas called Iscariot, who was the number of the 12. He went away and conferred with the chief priest and officers how he might betray him to them, and they were glad and agreed to give him money. So he consented and sought an opportunity to portray him to them in the absence of the crowd. So that is the story of Spy Wednesday. Call me at 844-405-HELP. Together we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves. Always be good to each other. And remember, a simple smile to a total stranger can change that stranger's day, change their life, can help you. For God so loved the world that he gave us his son. Holy Week. This week, we're approaching Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Easter will be upon us. May God bless each and every one of you. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And remember, God truly loves you. And he truly, truly cares.